Hey guys, I'm Scott, and this is my channel, Escape Art by Scott, and I'm here to do another video for you on painting. So let's get right to it. Before I do that, subscribe to my channel. Keep on subscribing to it and hit that old like button for me. Share it with your family, your friends, and help me out with this. Okay, I would appreciate it much. So let me tell you what's going on up here today. I got an old 16 by 20 canvas again. And right here I got just some black paint. Painted this in, and I painted like like a little valley right through here. And I just came back here and made these little marks up here. They're going to be some mountain color. You're going to put some mountain color right here. And let's just see where I go with this. So like I said before in my other videos, I can't talk with a darn, but I can paint a little. Alright? So well, let me start also saying, this is the canvas is made out of cotton. Now, if you are starting to paint and your canvas is a little loose, just take a spray bottle with a little water, spray it down, let it dry completely, and that cotton will shrink up a little, and it'll give you a little, tighten it up for you. Just a little tidbit there, a little tip, okay? So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to paint this top part where you see white. I'm going to paint with some white paint. So when I put my blue color, my sky colors in here, it'll blend a little easier for me and all. So with that, I'm going to cut off the camera and I want to paint that in, just a white, and I'll be right back. Alright, I just came in here. I'll put my white paint in here. And you got to be careful because white paint is what they call opaque. Opaque is one of those fancy words. All it means is that you can't see through it. Alright, because that white paint will cover up that black. So you got to be careful, and just letting you know that. Got me some sky blue on my brush right here, and I'm going to come right in here. Now you can use this right over that black because of this blue color. It is a little transparent. And it should go right over that. You should be able to see that black right through that paint. Alright, now I'm going to come back with some phthalo blue. Right here on the top. Alright. Leave some openings, some white areas. Come back with just a nice little soft brush. Working you from bottom to top. And just blend this. Already drying on it, so there's a little water. Let's go with it. Just kind of, feather it. You don't want to kill all this what you just did here, okay? Because you could go like this all the way up, and it will blend all into one color, and you don't want that, okay? And I'm going to step back and see what I got, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm done with the sky pretty much. I was looking at this painting right here, and I think that I did not plan this, but as I was stepping back and looking at it, I just seen a nice little spot right about here for a nice waterfall. Something like that was a phthalo blue. Now I want to come back with some white. Come right over that. Something like that. Alright. And again, what's the rule of making that waterfall? You need to make it a little bigger than what you would want, because I'm going to come back in here with some trees and grass and foliage and all that, and it will shrink it up some. So Meaning that if you put your waterfall in and it's already small, and once you put your trees, it's going to shrink it up even more. It's going to look maybe a little bit too thin or too small than what you would want. Okay, you can always shrink it up, but you know, trying to make it bigger later on, you know, that's a little bit difficult. So leave it a little wider than what you would want, and then close it in. All right, be right back. All right, maybe some old rock mountain color, whatever you want to call it, some brown, yellow, yellow ochre, I mean, and just leave it kind of marble. Don't mix it all in one color. Leave it kind of all marbly up, if that's the word, I don't know. And just come up here and just touch it. The canvas will pull off when it wants. Don't fight this. Right here. Over here. Do this side. Something like that. And basically that's all you're doing. Is just putting in rock color using your palette knife and just letting it touch. Okay, I'm going to work on this a bit and then I'll be right back. Now I got me just a little oval brush here, a little filbert brush with some of that same old mountain color, and then I'm going to come right in through here. I'm just maybe putting me in some rocks, big old boulders here and there. Something like this. And just gonna keep doing that. Okay, just make little rock shapes. All right, got a little some light green on my paintbrush. I just use sap green and some yellow mixed in to lighten it up some. Come all the way up here. And start putting in this hill, whatever you want to call it. You know, you really should try out these black canvases. You know, you can either buy them already, black canvases, or you can just do what I do and just paint it black. It just saves a whole lot of time. Now being careful going in between these rocks. Now you're gonna put your grass on over the rocks somewhat, but let them show through. Okay. But make sure that the grass is kind of like partially going over. That sets the rock into the painting. Because if you just go around the rock, it looks like the rock is sitting on top of the grass, and you don't want that. Ooh. I want to step back and see what I got. Be right back. All right, before I get too carried away, I'm going to drop in some water right here. Got some Prussian blue on my brush here, and just come straight down right here where the waterfall is, and just come straight down. Okay. And it's all right if you make your little water a little wider than what you want. Because like I said, you can always come back in and shorten it up some, no problem. Alright. Now I'll come back in here with some sap green. Right here in the edges line, right here. Now, I'm going to come back in here with some white paint. Just come straight down again. And now going across. There you go. Instant lake pine or whatever you want to call it. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm going to come back in right now and put in some tree trunks. I want to have me a row of trees right here and over here. So let's start with something like this here. Alright. That. And as you're working toward the left, the bottom of the tree, okay, needs to go a little longer. And that gives it that depth distance. Something like that. Here's the big one right here. Woo. All right. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's put this tree right there in front of that rock. See how I'm doing it? I'm dropping each tree further down. Just like that. You can come back in there and put little roots in here, a little tree. You know, tree need to have little footsies to it, right? Something like that. Alright, let me step back and see what I got. Now then, I'm going to start putting in some leaves. This is where, you know, the black canvas, this is where it really is going to come into effect. Because since it's already black, I don't need to put no dark color and then put my light on top of that dark. Dark's already there, so don't worry about it. No. So come right in here, let's start putting in some leaves in these trees right here. One. Let's say there's a bush right here or something. Look, there's the bush. You see these things. There's another bush. Now again, don't cover up all that dark, okay? And this is all I'm doing right here. And just dropping in these trees. the leaves. All right, and so I'm going to continue both sides, and I'll be right back. All right, done with my trees, guys, and now I want to come right through here with my little liner brush and just make some water lines. Something like that. And I need to do something with that bottom of that waterfall right there. I'll be right back. This little waterfall coming down, all that water, you know it's going to come down here and splash. I almost got my little splash down here. I'm going to work itself out right here. Something like that. Alright. I'm going to come back in here. Also, I'm going to put me in a little mist. Right through here. And kind of like let it meander its way right through this little forest scene you got right here. Like that. Now the rule is, once you get your white paint on your brush, wipe some of that off, because you're going to have too much. You will have too much. Here, there. Just wherever. And something like that. How's that? Let me step back and take a look. I'm going to come right up here in this sky, right up in here, and I'm going to put me in also some little nice little lighted spot where the sun is at. Just give it a hint. Maybe something right up in here. Something like that. Yeah. Oh, guys, I'm almost finished with this painting here, and I'm going to come up here right inside to see the sun's coming through here, and I'm going to highlight some of these little mountain areas. And all I did was mix some yellow and some white. Got very little bit on my brush. Alright, it's almost what I call dusting. You're going to dust some light onto this thing here. So just come up here and just touch it. Something like that. And you can just wipe that off. An old paper towel. Come back and just smooth it out a little bit. I mean, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, of course. I mean, you don't want to do it, you don't even have to paint. There. Let me take a look what I got. Alright guys, I'm going to call this one finished. What I did though, I like to point out, as I looked at my waterfall looked a little bit too square, So I came in and I put in a little foliage right here, a little grassy area, just to close it in a little bit and take out that squareness look to it. So, I mean, I can nitpick at this. I can put some rocks in here, this and that. But you got the majority of this, how to do this painting. Hope you like this one. Come back and see me next time. All right. Until then, you guys take care of yourselves.